Chris, the guy I had a crush on for years, finally confessed to me. But amidst all the teasing, I coldly turned him down. In a past life, when Chris confessed, I rushed into marriage with him. But after the wedding, he completely ignored me. I only realized something was up when my best friend, Anna, posted a family photo and forgot to hide it from me. That's when I found out they had a kid together behind my back. When I confronted him, he looked indifferent. If it weren't for the fear that you'd lash out at Anna, I would have married her a long time ago. During the argument, their kid pushed me down the stairs. My mother-in-law just laughed at me. You can't even control your own man, you're just wasting air living. Mia, do you want to be my girlfriend? Chris pulled me closer, leaning in to give me a rewarding kiss on the forehead. The crowd around started chanting. Say yes. Say yes. Chris raised an eyebrow and looked out at the crowd, his face full of challenge. Just then, I saw Anna in the distance, lips tightly pressed, looking pale. I knew his confession today was just to get back at Anna for going on a date with a senior. I was just a pawn. Amid the noise, I slapped him. Chris, has no one ever taught you that kissing a girl without her permission isn't cool? It's just creepy. Everything seemed to freeze. Chris looked at me, shocked. Then he snorted like he'd figured something out. So you're playing hard to get? Not satisfied with just a forehead kiss? Mia, don't be so greedy. Just tell me straight, are you in or not? If you're not interested, I'll find someone else. The bystanders sighed. Chris is such a bad boy. The tension is unreal. Who knew Mia, sweet and innocent, could play like this? Mia, stop playing hard to get. You'll regret it if Chris confesses to someone else. Everyone knew I had a crush on Chris. Since we were kids, I'd been his little follower, obsessed with him. So in that past life, despite Chris making a half-hearted and rushed confession, I immediately said yes. After making it official, Chris continued doing his own thing. Even in marriage, he ignored me. During intimate moments, he acted like it was a chore, cold and rough. When I complained to Anna, she'd just say, Chris is proud, it's just his nature. Every time I thought of leaving, Chris would mock me, Mia, is this all your love amounts to? After mocking, he'd apologize, asking for my forgiveness. This marriage dragged on for 10 years, until Anna posted that family photo with Chris. I shakily asked her, is that child Chris's? Mia, calm down. You love Chris so much, his child is basically yours too. And anyway, after your miscarriage injured your uterus, you can't have kids. When you're old, Kim can take care of you. Isn't it nice? Chris, fresh from the shower with droplets in his hair, saw me and impatiently said, so annoying. Since you found out, might as well divorce. Just a heads up, with your parents gone, the family assets will be split. I laughed bitterly. Chris, you're shameless. You've been with my best friend and the kid is already 7. You cheated first, and you still want my family's assets? Anna, shyly, corrected me. Mia, you misunderstood. Chris actually confessed to you just to make me jealous because I went on a date with that senior. In actual fact, it was you who came between Chris and me. But I don't care about titles since Chris's heart is with me. Chris hugged Anna and gave her a lingering kiss. I felt sick watching. Chris, did you marry me just for the family money? Do you think everyone's as dark-minded as you? If it weren't for you latching on to me, I would have married Anna long ago. Glomming on? Then why didn't you make it clear? Make it clear? Anna was the poor student your family funded. What if you sought revenge? Would Anna ever have graduated? Fueled with rage, I slapped both of them. Mess with my parents, and I'll ruin you. In the scuffle, their son Kim pushed me from the second floor. His grandma covered his eyes, chirping. Don't be scared, sweetie. You did a good thing. A woman who can't even keep her man is just wasting air. Chris stood in front of me, his face merging with my memories, a face of disdain and scorn. Then I snapped back to reality. Slap. Another slap, filled with all my strength. It was for my past life's resentment and bitterness. Are you done? Chris, are you too dense to understand human language? Seeing this, Anna hurried over, touching Chris's face with concern. Chris, does it hurt? Then she turned to me, saying, Mia, even if it's offending you today, I need to say this. Just because your family is rich, you shouldn't act so impetuous. I get you're disappointed in how Chris confessed, but hitting isn't the answer. And hitting someone's face is a no. In the past, I'd stubbornly ignored everything. After dying and coming back, I realized just how two-faced Anna was. The people around us started talking. So that's why Mia rejected Chris. She wanted more flair. So vain, it's just dating, why demand so much? Forget it. If the confession isn't sincere, what's the point? I chuckled coldly. I'm vain and materialistic, you're humble and kind. So how about you date Chris? Best wishes to you both. Mia, you're so rude. Anna's sidekick, Ruby, indignantly stood in front of Anna, like a little hen defending her chick. Ruby, it's not worth you offending Mia on my behalf. Anna dramatically leaned into Chris, overwhelmed with gratitude. A faint rose scent distracted him, and he held her tighter. Ruby, unaware of the romance behind her, confronted me. Does Mia think she's untouchable? Today I'll confront her. What's she gonna do, eat me? If she doesn't apologize to you, she's not leaving. Hearing this, Anna subtly raised an eyebrow at me. Ruby blocked my way, resolute and reckless. I looked at her and suddenly laughed. Ruby, just like your boyfriend said, you're crude, brash, and brainless. The only asset you have is your courage. Mia, what do you mean my boyfriend said I'm brainless? Oh. And Anna, who's so close to you, didn't tell you what your boyfriend said about you? Seems like you're not that important to her. Chris glanced at me and sneered, Mia, I never realized you were such a gossip. Am I, though? I shot back. Why don't you ask your pal Anna if she's brave enough to show you her chat history? You think Anna's as nasty as you? Interrupted Ruby, striding over next to Anna. Anna, let me see your phone. Anna, show this witch what's up, Chris scoffed. But Anna hesitated, not making a move. I couldn't help but laugh out loud. Oh. Why wouldn't you let Ruby read it now? I get it, calling someone a sister to their face while bad-mouthing them and using them. If it were me, I wouldn't show my phone either. Anna's non-reaction started raising Ruby's suspicions. Those who weren't fans of Anna began egging her on. Anna's a top-tier slut, you think Ruby can outplay her? Being used and paying for the privilege. When you're old, I'll have you selling health supplements for me. Nothing shady, nothing to fear from a little chat history, right? Anna, if you truly didn't do it, just show Ruby. Even Chris's look at Anna shifted. Anna, you. Anna realized something was off, closed her eyes, and fainted straight into Chris's arms. As she fell, she whispered softly into Chris's ear, Chris, don't check the phone. I sent you some selfies. Chris quickly recalled the risque photos on the phone. Chat history is personal. What right do you have invading her privacy? He defended Anna, adding, is satisfying your curiosity more important than a person's life? With that, he lifted Anna up. Passing by, he muttered through gritted teeth, Mia, you wicked woman. I gave him a solid kick as he passed, causing him to stumble. After they left, the gawkers dispersed. Only Ruby stood still, confused. As I was leaving, Ruby grabbed my sleeve, unsure what to do. Mia, did Anna really talk about me with Jack behind my back? If she didn't, why won't she let you see the phone? I didn't answer directly, just gently unclasped her fingers and smiled faintly. I didn't exactly know if Ruby's boyfriend gossiped to Anna. But one thing I knew for sure, Anna wouldn't dare let anyone see her chat history. Her phone was filled with sultry conversations with various guys. Chris didn't even know Anna was doing a side gig like that. In a past life, Anna and I fought over those side hustles. Back then, she mocked me for being a rich girl out of touch with reality. How ridiculous. Someone claiming to be broke but living for Burberry and LV talking to me about hardships? After that chaotic day, everyone in school assumed Chris and Anna were a couple, even if they didn't announce it. Because of that, fewer guys went after Anna. And Chris's admirers included troublemaking girls. 3 days later, Anna got cornered by a group of rough girls while doing her side gig. Word spread that she returned to campus looking disheveled with puffy eyes and a slap mark on her face. Furious, Chris gathered his friends and gave those girls a beating on behalf of Anna. That night, they declared their relationship on social media. Chris even made a post on the confession page claiming his territory and warning those who bullied Anna. Anna made sure I knew, casually bringing it up in front of me. Sorry, Mia. I didn't think Chris would be so flashy about our relationship. I told him to keep it low-key. Mia, don't be mad at me over something this silly, okay? Anna's words reminded me of a previous life, when Chris's confession led to me getting bullied by the rough girls. Chris, instead of supporting me, had called me weak for not fighting back. Yet, when Anna got bullied, he didn't sit still for a second. I clenched my fists, taking a deep breath, clearing my mind. I was mad, but not because of Anna and Chris this time. I was mad at my own weakness. Anna kept pushing even though I stayed silent. Mia, if you're mad you have to tell me. Don't bottle it up. Please, who would waste time on a dog? I retorted as I packed my gear and left as planned. I spent hours at the club doing exercises like shoulder presses, leg kicks, splits, push-ups, and frog jumps. By the end of my first training session, I was dripping with sweat and too tired to stand. My coach joked, "You worked so hard today. I bet you'll be too sore to come back tomorrow, right?" I just shook my head with a tired smile, too exhausted to speak. Training was tough, but it felt fulfilling. That's my reason to be ready to protect myself, and I won't give it up easily. I kept training for a month, come rain or shine. I went from collapsing after a session to lasting 3 to 5 minutes with the coach. The harder I worked, the more I gained and the happier I felt. But there are always those who can't stand seeing me doing well. After a professional class, I headed back to my dorm as usual, only to be blocked by some people. A microphone was thrust toward me. Mia, I'm from the school paper. We've heard allegations that you used your familial influence to cut off Anna's financial aid out of spite. Is that true? Before I could respond, Chris chimed in, sarcastically. With someone as immature and petty as Mia, it's no surprise she'd pull something like this on Anna. Chris, don't be so harsh. Maybe Mia just acted impulsively to stop the aid because she's upset. I mean, she wouldn't cut off the aid just to grab your attention, right? Anna feigned sweetness. Finding their antics amusing, I thought, they really think they can ruin my name with something like this, huh? Smiling at the microphone, I said, sorry, I've been busy and just heard about this. Could you give me a moment to investigate? Of course. Immediately, I pulled out my phone and called the person in charge of the company's aid program. Linda, can I check something with you? Why was Anna's financial aid removed? Of course, Mia. Give me 3 minutes to pull Anna's file. 3 minutes later. So, Mia, our company's Seedling program is a targeted support initiative for outstanding, financially challenged students. We provide a monthly grant of $3,000 and prioritize their job applications after graduation. From what I can see, Anna doesn't meet the qualifications for the program. Hearing this, everyone around looked at Anna differently. $3,000 a month. Mia, look at me. That older sister's voice was so powerful. When they say it doesn't meet the support standards, isn't it just hinting at getting a hookup? Anna better not pass out in public again. Anna, hold on and listen to what Mia has to say first. The person in charge continued firmly. But Mia, being kind-hearted, didn't want Anna to lose face once she learned the truth. So she used her own living expenses to cover Anna's grant. Recently though, we found some recent social media posts of Anna flaunting wealth. After evaluation, our committee unanimously decided Anna doesn't need this grant. The onlookers made disapproving sounds. If I got a grant through the back door, I'd be quietly happy. Anna's got guts to flaunt it. Linda speaks very politely and is super courteous. If I were Anna, I'd be embarrassed enough to dig 3 big houses in the ground right now. Didn't Chris, the school newspaper reporter, bring this up? Talk about shooting yourself in the foot, huh? The more they talked, the paler Anna got. She looked like she'd pass out. I didn't do it, I swear. Anna, we've seen this fainting act before. Please come up with something new. Eyes filled with scorn, curiosity, and amusement fell on Chris. Chris, a star student, so proud. It's harder for him to face this than anything. At this point, he didn't care about Anna anymore. He left with just a Anna, I'm really disappointed in you. Chris. Anna screamed desperately. Then everyone heard a loud thump. Anna fainted again. In the end, 2 kind-hearted sports students took Anna to the campus hospital. After the interview, a clip of this incident was uploaded online and hit over 10 million views. Anna and Chris were plotting to embarrass me in front of the most people. Who'd have guessed it would backfire? There were so many clips online, they couldn't keep up with deleting them. Once the video went viral, a user named Aussie Lobster commented. She looks familiar. Could she be Sweet Peach? Who's Sweet Peach? A borderline influencer on social media. Her private photos are something else. Spreading false rumors about women is illegal. If I'm lying, may my family die. Sweet Peach has a little birthmark on her left thigh and a heart-shaped birthmark on her left wrist, just like this girl. No way, you're claiming you can see her inner thigh just from her face? Talking to you is a waste of time. Believe it or not. Aussie Lobster's comment caught fire. Some asked for more info, others accused him of spreading vile rumors. In the end, Aussie Lobster was reported and his account was shut down. But the storm didn't die down because Aussie Lobster's claims were detailed. Many from outside departments started dropping in on classes. They'd spot Anna's photo on a wall for confessions, deliberately sitting next to her. While the teacher lectured up front, they whispered below. Is Anna really a borderline influencer? Check if there's a birthmark on her wrist. Whoa, there really is. If I pay $1,000, do I have a shot with her? Anna broke down sobbing on her desk. Quiet. You 3 in the 3rd row, zip it. If you're not here to learn, get out. The teacher knocked on the board, trying to maintain order. Yet they still giggled creepily until the class bell rang. I walked over to warn them. Disturb us one more time, and you'll be in trouble. Who do you think you are, acting so tough? Hey, you look familiar. Wait, aren't you the one who worked at that club? Oops, my bad. They wouldn't hire your type there, not a freaking toad. Screw it, you want some? When they tried to start something, they didn't last long before I knocked them down myself. Just kidding, my coach is a 3-time Sonda champion. These punks were no match for me. After pounding them, I went straight to their advisor's office. In a few words, I laid it out. At first, the advisor tried to play it down. Got it, but this is our department's internal matter, so no need for your concern, Mia. That made them smirk at me. Different departments compete, they act protective. Seeing this, I didn't hold back. With a steely grin, I played back the nasty words I recorded in class. Their advisor's face went pale. Mia, what's the meaning of this? Trying to blackmail me? Oh, no way, sir. I'm too timid, just secretly recorded it for you to hear. But who knows who's bold in college? Especially when Anna's boyfriend is Chris. I don't care if it's Chris or anyone else. The advisor suddenly paused. Is it the Chris who's madly in love? I nodded vigorously. During the last midterm, when Anna was caught cheating, she lost her exam eligibility. Once Chris found out, he stormed into the classroom and punched the teacher. Since then, Chris has been famous among instructors. If the bravest in my class tells Chris about this, and Chris posts the recording online to stand up for his girlfriend, you'd know Chris was the top scorer when he entered university and a skilled debater. His mouth could talk a dead person back to life. If he stirs up trouble, and netizens find out and start bashing them, it might harm our school's reputation and question our educational standards. Our hard-working, student-centered school leaders could be heartbroken over this. Hearing that, the advisor's face reddened and paled. Mia, rest assured, I'll handle this seriously. That night, the three were publicly reprimanded. To warn others, this went into their records and headlined the campus site's homepage, with the school newspaper rolling it for a week. After an in-depth investigation revealed Aussie Lobster's history of exaggerating and defaming a female colleague, Anna's issue finally settled. Most netizens believed Anna was an innocent drawn into a false rumor scandal. But Chris could never let it go. The two gave each other the silent treatment, which ended in a breakup. During this time, Anna kept dating different guys, seniors, juniors, and older successful men, going through dating, silence, and breakups. Chris also kept confessing to different sisters, from older to younger, with various styles, and went through the same cycle. It was like they wanted to make each other mad, seeing who would cave first. Eventually, Anna caved. After another breakup, Anna swallowed a whole bottle of sleeping pills. Luckily, her roommate found her in time and she got her stomach pumped at the hospital, saving her life. After Anna's suicide attempt, she left behind a love letter. Details are vague, but word has it Chris cried his heart out when he read it. And so, after all that happened, they got back together. On the day they reconciled, both uploaded the same video on their social media. Anna lay in her hospital gown in bed, while Chris wore a white suit, holding a bouquet of icy blue roses, kneeling on one knee to declare his love. Anna, thank goodness I met someone as amazing as you. I've heard people say that no matter what storms they face, destined lovers will always reunite. I'm sorry to spring this on you, but I really want to ask, Anna, will you marry me? Chris, I love you. Anna had tears in her eyes. They hugged each other tightly. Their video confession of getting back together went viral out of the blue. Their account gained almost 1 million followers. Back in senior year, Chris and Anna made another announcement. This time, they posted a picture of their marriage certificate. On the day they got their license, Anna showed off her new Chanel outfit. Mia, so what if you have money? In the end, you're just a pampered kid living off your family's riches. I made my own way and became a major influencer with millions of followers. What do you have? You pull a few tricks, get a small bursary of $3,000, and think you're something. These days, I get paid tens of thousands for a single ad. Is that so? How's that thesis going? Make sure you don't delay your graduation. After all, you're supposed to be this top student at a prestigious school. Mind your own business. Worry about yourself first. Anna lost it and ran off, screaming. With Chris being the academic star he is, Anna managed to finish her thesis smoothly. However, her influencer career hit a huge bump. Anna and Chris's viral moment was a fortunate fluke. Anna, coming from little, lacked substance. She was clueless about her studies and best at playing the victim. Her video quality got worse and worse. Desperate for ad money, she accepted anything, regardless of quality. When she promoted some sketchy food product and fans got food poisoning, her followers left in droves. Chris was different. He had pride and maintained a cool, academic persona, keeping a higher quality in both ads and videos. After Anna's downfall, fans turned their anger towards Chris and unfollowed him too. Chris was frustrated. But he had it coming. They were so lovey-dovey during their rise, they had to face the struggles together too. But Chris got lucky. After graduation, his father's stock soared, and he landed several contracts. His family business expanded. Chris transformed from a college grad to a wealthy heir. He launched a new, discreet wealth-flaunting account, featuring short skits of a manager's son pretending to be a rookie and secretly tackling office veterans. The videos took off with their quick pace. Chris seized the moment, hired bots, and revealed his true identity as a wealthy heir. This account really took off. Learning from Anna's missteps, Chris didn't let her handle the account, just kept her as a prop for romantic videos to slowly rebuild her image. Yet, Chris's luck didn't last. Family chaos struck. Just after editing a video, Chris got a call from Anna. "Chris, come home, Mom and Dad are fighting." He found his mom, Kate, on the couch crying her eyes out. His dad, Matt, looked like he'd been in a catfight. Seeing Chris, Kate clung to him, her voice full of anger. "Son, see how wronged I am. I gave him such an outstanding son, and instead of being grateful, he cheats." Matt shot back, temper flaring. "You think you raised our son alone? Without my hard work, where would your jewels, your necklaces, and your mansion come from? Don't talk to me about cheating. In this business, who doesn't have a woman on the side? I've been decent until now, that's more respect than most give. Matt, you have no shame." "Shame? If I had shame, you'd never be a socialite. No one gets successful with shame." Matt ended with a pat on Chris's shoulder. "Son, when you're my age, you'll understand. A successful man can't be tied down forever." After Matt left, Kate collapsed to the floor, sobbing uncontrollably. A few days later, she dragged Anna along to tail Matt, landing them in front of his hideout. There lived Matt's mistress. Using a stolen key, Kate broke into the villa. Seeing Anna hesitate, Kate glared. "What are you standing there for? You thinking of joining the mistress's side?" Anna flinched and quickly said, "Mom, I'm on your side. I'm just worried if Dad shows up, you might fight." "Don't worry, just help me attack the woman, remember, aim for her stomach, knock her womb out." "Isn't that assault?" "Assault? It's called justice." Kate swung open the door. Seeing the pregnant mistress, she erupted in anger. "Anna, kick her for me." Anna was more of a drama queen. She could shade people with innuendo but had no stomach for violence. When she recognized the mistress, she froze in place. "Ruby. It's you? Ruby? Anna, you know that homewrecker?" Ruby sensed danger, quickly locked herself in the bathroom, fumbling to call Matt. The phone was off every time she called. Outside, Kate's voice was filled with glee. "Waiting for Matt to save you? I've already tossed his phone in the toilet." Anna couldn't help but shake her head. "You're hardcore." Ruby acted fast. With Matt unreachable, she called the cops. By the time they arrived, Ruby and Anna were lying in a pool of blood. Kate was wielding a knife, attacking anyone who approached. Matt's illegitimate child was gone. Chris's child was gone too. Anna had been pregnant. Sadly, she miscarried. She hadn't even moved past the miscarriage grief when she overheard a conversation between the doctor and Chris. "I'm sorry, Mr. Chris, your wife's injury makes future pregnancies unlikely." Kate huffed, irritated. "A hen that doesn't lay eggs? Just divorce her. My son is so exceptional, he can find a wife who can have kids." "Mom, what are you saying?" Anna's hurt. Hearing that from her son, Kate got defensive. "Am I wrong? A woman who can't have kids, what's she worth? Besides, she had so many boyfriends before you, God knows how many abortions she's had." Continuing her rant, she felt she cracked the code. "When I had you, conditions were rough, but you turned out fine. She must have partied too hard before, wrecked her body, and that's why she miscarried. You're gullible for marrying this broken girl. Anna was fuming mad, didn't even care about the pain from her and stood at the door arguing with Kate. You menopausal old hag, I'm going to fight you. As they argued, they actually started fighting right there in the hospital. Someone caught it on video and shared it online. Sharp-eyed netizens recognized Chris, who was trying to break it up. Thanks to all this drama, Chris's life winner image got shattered. I finished my paperwork and sent Ruby some money using a different account. Unexpectedly, Ruby sent it back. Sis, you've already given me plenty. Watching Anna get what she deserves is the best payback. I had scammed Ruby back in the day, but I didn't think Anna had actually flirted with Jack and even accepted lots of gifts from him. Ruby and Jack had a huge fight over it. When they were breaking up, Anna even tried to mediate. But during an argument, Jack pushed Ruby in his panic about Anna getting hurt, causing a hit to her eye that nearly disfigured her. Ruby hated them both after that. Later, she contacted me and offered to help get revenge on Anna. I helped her financially with cosmetic surgery and schooling to transform into Matt's ideal type. Ruby's first act with Matt was to get revenge on Jack. She ruined his job, then set him up. Jack paid the ultimate price, and it was all over for him. Knowing I despise Chris, Ruby purposely filmed the hospital scene. After she recovered, she left me one last message: Mia, goodbye. Thank you. And then Ruby disappeared. She took off with Matt's money, got more surgery, and moved to a sunny city to start a new life. When Matt heard the bad news, he swore he'd find Ruby and kill her. But that's impossible since his family went bankrupt. Previously, Matt thought he was a stock market genius after getting some insider tips from me, his reborn friend. It was bait for his greed. When I learned he bet everything, I manipulated the market so he'd invest in stocks destined to plummet. Then I deleted my tracks and vanished. Chris's troubles didn't end there. Matt's greed ran deep. He not only gambled his family's wealth on stocks but also took a $30 million loan with sky-high interest. The market crashed, leaving him with nothing. On the roof, the wind was intense. Matt's legs shook as he recalled the loan shark's brutal tactics and touched his pinky stump. He sighed deeply and jumped. 18 years later, I'll still be a hero. If he thinks dying is easy, no way. I had already called the firefighters. Matt lived but shattered his spine, leaving him bedridden for life. On Chris's way, he had an unexpected car accident. I swear, this time I didn't do it. But as one of this year's top 10 young role models, I couldn't be so heartless. A week later, I brought flowers to visit Chris. Epilogue, I stood by Chris's hospital bed, pleased. This was it. Down and out, like a pathetic mess. I took a deep breath, feeling a sense of relief like never before. In that moment, I knew the resentment and frustration from my past life were finally gone. But I didn't expect Chris to see this as lingering feelings. He looked at me with a complex, inexplicable expression. Mia, I was wrong, I wronged you. Now I see Anna's true colors. Please, give me another chance, okay? Let's start over, this time, I won't abandon you. Start over? Mia, I know you were reborn too, or else you would have accepted me. But I get it, you're just angry I loved Anna. Don't worry, I'll divorce that evil woman. I won't let her mess with my family's bloodline anymore. Chris spoke with such emotion, gritting his teeth at Anna's mention. I didn't have time to laugh at Chris's delusions when I dodged an apple hurled my way. Years of martial arts kicked in. Anna was furious, pointing at me and yelling, seducing someone else's husband. Mia, aren't you shameless? Anna, clean up your mouth. Chris, are you insane? You want me to speak nicely to someone who tried to steal my man? You dare talk, you two-faced woman. Is Kim even my son? Just for an inheritance, you and that adulterer tried hiring someone to kill me. I regret ever hurting Mia for you. What adulterer, Chris? Are you losing your mind? Anna didn't get it, but I did. Serves them right. I turned and left, ignoring the pair of scumbags. Chris, the arrogant fool, was still making promises. Mia, I'll stand before you clean and honest, just wait. Chris was too full of himself. He also didn't understand how heavy a woman's revenge can weigh. That night, Anna, with nothing to lose, sawed off his legs. In her direction, I caught sight of Anna's clenched lips and pale face. In the howling mountain wind, Anna shouted her last to the world. Chris, remember, never wrong a woman. It was her final message. Chris was too pained to curse. But soon, the pain stopped. Because he was shattered. After Chris died, Kate went mad. Under the desolate bridge, people would often find a lunatic continually poking a cripple with a needle, yelling, for keeping a mistress. For making fun of me for aging. My son was Chris, a college graduate.